leaving the mental health piece aside, I think it's hard for a lot of people who look at someone like your dad with this enormous talent and what they perceive to be this wonderful life, especially the adoration. I think that, you know, people look at it and they say, God, well, this was a guy who was so loved and he had so much love, you know, why didn't he feel it? But I think even if you're not mentally ill, most of the artists that I've worked with in my life, they do reach that point where the adoration, they realize that there's tremendous emptiness that goes along with it. And I wonder if your dad ever had those conversations with you of what that experience of having nobody know you to people you don't know, loving you randomly, and how you kind of balance that thing in your own mind.
Right. I mean, literally the piece of advice that my dad gave me consistently throughout my life is do something because you love it and for literally no other reason. Like, you will not achieve real success and fulfillment if you're not doing something because you love it. And that's something, I think, the goal for him and a lot of the other, you know, guys that came up in the Seattle grunge scene. I know this about Eddie. I know this about Kurt and Lane. They weren't in it for fame. They weren't in it for Rolling Stone covers. They were in it because they loved what they did. And fame happened to come along with that because what they were doing was really real. But I think that's something that a lot of people experience, you know, especially when you're doing it because you love it. And the fame is a secondhand part of it that can be great, but it can also be really toxic and really pressurizing. So that's the piece of advice that he gave me often, but definitely gives insight into his feeling about fame and that he did it because he loved it, you know?